In this presentation, we will learn about food labels and how to read them. First off, think about why is it important to have labels on food? What if you went into the store and all the food was on the different shelves and they were all in packages, but there was nothing on the package at all? No pictures, not even the name, none of the nutrition fact labels, none of the ingredients list, nothing. You just grab something, you take it home, and it's a surprise. Well, that right there is the number one reason why we have food labels, so you actually know what you're getting in more ways than one. So you can know if there are allergens in it, if you have any allergies, so that you know what kind of nutrition you are getting from them, if you are getting vitamins and minerals. And if there's a picture, it helps you know what it is that you actually want it so you can buy it. Here is what the food label looks like. Almost every food that comes in a package has a food label. This nutrition facts section is required by law. This is what the current label looks like, but they are updating it because this looks a little bit hard to find information. Let's compare the old label to the new one. If you look at the new one, we've got things that pop out a lot faster, like calories pop out, say, hey, 230 calories. And there's 8 servings in here, so I'm getting 230 calories for every one I eat. I can see the percents right next to the words a lot easier, so I'm not traveling across here and getting lost on the rows. Same goes down here with the vitamins. And then it says that this section can be found elsewhere. It's a little bit easier to access information, I believe. They even have a dual column format where they say, hey, 1 serving is this, but if you eat the whole container, you get this much, and they do the math for you. Let's look at the different parts. To start off, right here at the top, it tells you the servings, serving size, and the number of servings per container. So there are 2 servings in this container, and each serving is 1 cup size. There you go. A serving size is what they suggest you eat. But you, of course, are welcome to eat the whole container. Just note, you're getting double the amount of calories from everything. Just a quick reminder, calorie is a unit of measure. It measures energy. That's the amount of energy you will get when your body burns the food that you have eaten, which is listed right here. And it's about energy. Teenagers need about 2,000 calories a day. So you could eat, I don't know, about 10 of these and you'd get the full amount of calories you need in a day. If you get too many calories and your body doesn't burn that energy, it will store it later as fat. Fat itself is important. You need it for padding so that if you bump into a chair or something, you don't suddenly have internal bleeding. But too much fat does cause many problems with health. Fat, total fat in the food. This is not immediately equivalent to the fat on your body. It's just the type of food, and your body can burn it for energy as well. Based on a 2,000 calorie diet, you need about 65 grams of fat a day. Like, you need it. You do need fat, remember, to pad your organs and stuff. And it also does many other things in your body. So right here it says total fat, 8%. Saturated fat, it's 10%. Saturated fat, you should try to limit a little bit. Next thing on the list here is sodium. Sodium is salt. The goal is to keep that below 2,400 milligrams and is commonly found in processed food. Lots of cans of food have salt. It helps preserve them a little bit and adds more flavor. But salt causes lots of problems if you have too much of it in your body. Carbohydrates is the next thing on here. There are 2 different types of carbohydrates. There are complex carbohydrates and simple ones. The complex carbohydrates contain fiber. and create a long-lasting energy because they're more complex. It takes longer for your body to burn them, and that means longer energy. Fiber is super important. It prevents constipation and can help prevent different types of cancer because it helps eliminate waste from your body. The simple carbs are sugars, literally sugar. They provide an immediate source of energy. They burn easy. But because they burn easy, they burn out fast. So you might have a very quick spurt of energy, followed by a little bit of a crash because suddenly you don't have any of that sugar left. A lot of food naturally comes with sugar. It's added sugars that you should be careful about. Too much added sugar adds up a lot of calories in your day. Protein is our next one on here. Protein is the building blocks your body uses to build, maintain, and repair muscles, especially your heart. Your heart's a muscle. So you need a lot of protein in a day to help keep your body in tip-top condition, especially if you happen to be an athlete and constantly are using your muscles and breaking them so they get stronger. Next on here, we have vitamins and minerals. These four are listed here because a lot of people seem to have difficulty getting enough of these in their diet. So vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potassium are things that people need to make sure they're getting enough of. So they should look on here and see the percent that they're going to get in a day. This is the daily value, the amount you should have in a day. So we've got 25% of what you should have in a day if you eat one of these. Now that we know what food labels look like, let's identify how to tell if a food is a healthier food choice than a different one. There are 5 key things to tell for this. Ideally, you're going to look for something with 3 or more of these 5 to know if it's a really healthy food. If it even has 1, though, it is giving you some health benefit. Just be careful. It might be high in salt or high in other fat and calories that might not be as good for you. We want nutrient-dense food, which means it has like 3 or more of these. Here we go. These 5 items are: it's got 200 or fewer calories per serving, 10% or less total fat, 10% or more dietary fiber, 10%, which is basically 5 grams or more of protein, and 10% or more of any vitamin or mineral. So you're going to look down the label and you're going to count these off. And basically, he's going to earn a point for each one. If it's got 3 out of 5, it's looking pretty good. If it's 4 out of 5, it's awesome. And if it's 5 out of 5, it's amazing food, right? If it even has 1, though, it's still giving you vitamins or minerals. Just once again, be careful of the extra things in there. Let's look at this whole wheat bread. It's part of our grain group. If we look, it's got 100 calories. That is less than the 200. Look at the fat. It's got 3% of your daily fat. That's less than 10%, so that's 2. Our dietary fiber is 11%. We want 10% or more, so now we've got 3. Looking at our protein, we've got 5 grams. And 5 grams for 10% or more protein is on our list. We're up to 4. And looking at our vitamins and minerals here, we have 6% calcium, 6% iron, but that's not 10% or more of one of them. So we're going to say this one has 4 out of the 5, which means it's a pretty awesome food. Does this kind of make sense? I hope so. Remember, please, there's no good food or bad food. There's just some food we eat a lot more often, and those that we save for more of a special occasion. Fruits and vegetables are things you should eat more often than maybe cookies and cake. Please note, these 3 things are the things that people should limit in their food. Things that they should cut out a little bit if they can. Not cut completely, but limit. Sodium, people get way too much salt. And those empty calories, they're getting energy, but no nutrients, from fat and added sugar. We need to limit these 3 to make sure we're a little bit more healthy. To do that, you can drink water instead of a sugary drink. You could look for salt in your foods and go for ones that have lower salt. If you're looking at the difference between one can of green beans versus another can of green beans, you can make sure you pick the one with less salt. And foods that are high in solid fat, such as cake, cookies, ice creams, pizza, save those for special days and maybe not an every single day food. And try to limit your empty calories to less than 260 calories per day. These are calories that give you absolutely no vitamins, no minerals, no protein. It's just pure energy, which means usually sugar. Now you need to go find a food label in your house and see how it compares.